Kind of a lot of different information for the market to digest, Steve. 360,000 to 400,000 vehicles continues to be the guidance we're getting. Mr. Musk talking about exponential growth rates, the inability of the human mind to fully understand that. Give me your take on the quarter and for the future.
Look, I'm still bullish on the company for four reasons, and let's look at the numbers. Tesla just produced record auto deliveries of 95,356 vehicles in Q2. That's up almost 50% from Q1. Second, they did have losses of $408 million. You never like to see that, but the company's got $5.1 billion in the bank, so they're financially stable. They're on track to complete their third manufacturing facility later this year and to begin selling cars in China, the world's largest auto market. And Elon said they expect to be profitable by the back half of the year. It's hard for me not to like that story.
Well, clearly the market doesn't necessarily agree with you, and there's obviously always concern about the broad reach of his goals and whether or not he's actually going to be able to achieve them. What gives you the confidence, for example, that they're going to continue to be able to perform at the level they have, while, frankly speaking, the overall demand for autos worldwide doesn't seem to be particularly strong right now?
Well, look, the big picture is that the world's moving faster toward electric vehicles than anybody had realized, and Tesla has built the global leading brand. Second, what most people don't realize is they're building out manufacturing capacity around the world faster than anybody has ever done before. They're the leader in electric vehicles. They're clearly a leader in autonomous vehicles, and they're on track to be profitable. I think that's not a bad story to bet on.
Steve, you talk like the rest of the industry is standing still, and we know that Volkswagen and Porsche and everybody else is on the move, not to mention domestic manufacturers. I mean, how long would you expect them to hold that lead?
Well, that's the big question. And what I would observe is this. There are a lot of great companies out there. Audi is making great cars with e-tron in the market. There's clearly going to be competition. I think Elon hurts himself with sky-high expectations, but the simple fact is this. He said they're targeting 25% gross margins. That may be a little ambitious, but they're already at 18.9%. I think they're going to get the gross margins up. The industry average is in the mid-20s. That's pretty good. But the big picture that most people miss is that the company has successfully built 3 manufacturing facilities in Fremont, California, in Reno, now in Shanghai. They only have one to go in Europe. When they complete those, their operating expenditures, capital expenditures, will go down quite a bit. Analysts are predicting the company will grow from $24.9 billion this year to over $30.2 billion next year. It's one of the fastest growing car companies in the world, trading at 2x revenues. That doesn't look like a bad bet to me.
You know, Steve, we can debate the financial picture of this company all day long, and there are plenty of people on both sides. But how about the personality, the drama that surrounds Elon Musk, the fact that another key management departure happened, this one a co-founder? I mean, what's causing this mass exodus, and what's actually going on in the upper management team? Why is this a company that can't even get its earnings release sometime between 4 and 5 o'clock exactly every single quarter? Questions like that.
Look, let me break that into two. First, it's a blow for the company to lose J.B. Straubel. I knew him well. He's an extraordinary guy, and he's one of the few people that had Elon's trust from the beginning. And they've also lost the CFO, Deepak Ahuja. Doug Field went to Apple. They've lost some key people. Tesla's doing a lot of the right things, but they need to stabilize the senior management team. There's no doubt about it. But I think the big picture here is that Elon has built a unique brand. People want these cars. Technologically, they're ahead of the market. And I'm sure that Mr. Musk is lashing the team on to hit aggressive goals. I'm not sure I'd want to work there. But the fact is, he's moving faster than anybody else in the auto space. Steve Jobs wasn't easy to work for either, but you didn't want to bet against him.
Yeah, well, I mean, and Mr. Musk, of course, with all his different ventures out there, certainly pushing the boundaries. For example, his expectation that Teslas are actually going to become fleets of autonomous cars really fairly soon that owners will actually be able to make money from. I mean, is that something you really believe is a serious possibility, Steve?
So I think it is a serious possibility. When that happens, who knows? What I will say is Tesla is one of 6 or 7 leaders in the autonomous vehicle space, whoever gets there first is going to be sitting on top of one of the biggest companies in the world. But there's a progression here from internal combustion engine vehicles. People thought we'd still be on that for another many decades. That's not the case. The world's going electric. Tesla's created the leading brand in the space. The next big challenge is who gets to full autonomous technology first, and Tesla is clearly in the top 2 or 3 by any standard. He may overpromise, but he's beating an awful lot of people to the punch.
And just because you were a former board member, Steve, there have been all sorts of changes at the board level, shakeups, rules from the SEC. I mean, how would you describe the governance at this company right now and the loyalty the board has to Elon?
Well, look, there's far more drama than I'd like. You want to see more stability of the top executive team. They brought in a new chairman, independent chairman of the board. I think the board's making many of the right steps. But look, Elon's a visionary. He's not easy to manage, but that comes with the territory.